Recently on this channel, I've been taking a look at some pretty awful mobile games. And one trend that I often notice with these games is that they'll randomly throw in characters from other franchises into their advertisements to attract more attention, even though half the time they're not even in the game. And obviously these characters are stolen without permission from their creators. And so I decided to download every single app that I could find that had an outside character in their advertisement, with the goal of seeing if they're actually in the game. And while we're at it, let's see if these games are even good in the first place. We're going to start off with the most tame ads, and then we'll slowly be working our way up to the more and more unhinged ones. And if you end up enjoying this video, feel free to subscribe. Let's start with Monster Squad Rush. I replaced the music for copyright reasons, but this ad is playing the original Pokemon anime intro. You know the one. I wanna be the very best. Da-na-na. And as we can see, Ash is running along collecting Pokeballs. He grabs Charmander and Squirtle but misses Bulbasaur and Ivysaur. Then Charmander and Squirtle evolve. At the end of the path, he battles James, who for some reason has a Feraligatr, Golduck, and Mew freaking 2. Since when was James the Pokemon Master? So anyway, Ash loses and that's the ad. And no, this game is clearly not made by Nintendo, and there's no way they gave their license out to Tap Nation. So the question is, does the real game have Pokemon in it? No, it does not. However, the two runners you play as look suspiciously like Brock and Ash, but you can tell Ash's model has clearly changed from the ad to make him look less like Ash. In the real game, you don't collect Pokeballs, but eggs of the same color scheme. The monsters you collect are not real Pokemon, but it looks as if they tried their best to make their own. As someone who's not a Pokemon diehard, you probably could have shown me a handful of these creatures and told me they were Pokemon and I would have believed you. The gameplay is exactly like it shows in the ad. You run, collect stuff, get your monsters, and battle. The battles are all automated. The levels are all very similar and extremely easy, so in other words, this game is not very good. Who would have thought? Now I'm going to knock 3 very similar games out in a row. Metal Suit, Mashup Hero, and Heroverse. All 3 games have ads that showcase heroes like Spider-Man, Venom, Iron Man, the Hulk, Captain America, Moon Knight, and I believe that's Thor. These ads also have amazing text like, how I treat my anxiety without insurance, and do it with Moon Knight please, as if this is a TikTok video? So no, obviously none of these are real Marvel games, and despite being very similar, all 3 of them are made by 3 different game studios. Let's start with Metal Suit. The game literally opens with an advertisement for you to buy their VIP membership. So in other words, before you play this game for even a second, they want you to spend money. That's awesome. After the ad, you are met with a Tony Stark who really let himself go. You then put on your discount Iron Man suit and start the game. You can run in any direction by dragging your finger around, and you swipe quickly to attack. And I mean, that's the game. You attack enemies, collect things, and avoid obstacles. At the end of each level, you put together pieces of a suit. Once you put the suit together, you fight another giant robot. Honestly, if you want, you can quickly dash through every single level and there are no repercussions. Mashup is another runner game where you have to collect matching pieces of a superhero costume. At the end of each level, you either cross the finish line or run into the bad guy. As you have probably guessed, there is not much else to it. You can tell they're clearly ripping off the Hulk, Iron Man, Captain America, Red Skull, probably Thanos, and Deadpool's swords made an appearance. I'm sure there's more ripoffs in this game, but I didn't get far enough to see more because this game is bad. Would you believe me if I told you that Heroverse is another really bad runner game? The gimmick with this one is you choose whether to be a villain or a hero, and then collect the corresponding items. There's a ripoff Captain America, Venom, Green Goblin, Catwoman, Huggy Wuggy even makes an appearance for some reason. I'm sure there's more ripoffs that I don't recognize, so let me know in the comments below. Let's continue this topic of superheroes, but I'll raise you Among Us and Minions. Finally, the collab we have been waiting for. The ad shows Deadpool going around trying to kill a crewmate and a minion. At the end, it also shows us a crewmate, Spider-Man, and Superman. It's called Super Smasher Around Us, and of course it is not made by any of the franchises we just talked about. So this game opens with a random ad, and if you open this game with airplane mode on, it will say no internet connection, and you cannot play the game. So in other words, you have to play this single player game with Wi-Fi Wi-Fi connected. Therefore, you have to be exposed to the awful ads that come with it. Anyway, after the ad, we get some clear Among Us ripoffs. At the bottom, there's even just straight up a crewmate on a button to watch an ad. When you start, you're given the tutorial, and the gameplay is just drag and move, and that's it. You know what? I'm noticing a theme with these very simplistic games. This genre actually has a name. It's called hyper casual, and I'm sure you can figure out why it's called that. Here we have a Squid Games crewmate, Superman crewmate, and I think that's supposed to be Huggy Wuggy, and for some reason he's not a crewmate. Again, the ad shows the gameplay accurately. You run around and kill the enemies when you walk up to them. After the tutorial, I played 2 games where I just kind of died instantly. I could then watch an ad to revive myself, or not revive myself and watch an ad anyway. So 3rd time's the charm, and I end up beating the level in about 15 seconds. And then I am rewarded with a robot girl from Squid Games as a crewmate. And in that very moment, I knew I had to uninstall the game. Now let's talk about Merge Run 3D. The ad shows a bunch of Minecraft Steves merging into what looks like Iron Man and Thor. Those two then fight Thanos. After that, it shows the icon is Doctor Strange and Iron Man. So the real game is very similar to the ad, but it mostly revolves around Minecraft. Every single level starts with a running section where you gather your fellow Steves. And every level ends with you combining your troop into various random characters from Minecraft and other IPs, like good ol' Huggy Wuggy. You fight Minecraft zombies, golems, skeletons, endermans, wizards, ghasts, and Squid Game characters. There's also an ender dragon that flies by sometimes just to give you an ad to unlock something. I can't tell if there's more ripoffs to this game or if there's actually some original characters, but either way, I think you get the idea. Now we have a couple of Disney ads, one for Mirrorverse and the other for Emoji Blitz. These are actually real Disney games. One's an action RPG, the other is a Candy Crush type beat. I mean, they both seem like fine games if you like the genres and Disney, of course. The only reason I'm even mentioning these Disney games in this video is because these were the only 2 games that were not ripoffs that I found while researching for this video. Let that sink in. Alright, from here things are going to start getting more and more unhinged. I feel like it was obvious that we'd be seeing some fake Friday Night Funkin' games here. The ad shows us Friday Night Funkin' with Sonic, Plants vs. Zombies, and ya boy Huggy Wuggy. The game's called Beat Battle, and it's essentially an unofficial mobile game of Friday Night Funkin'. And let me tell you, this game has every character under the sun. We're talking Huggy, My Little Pony, Tails, Annoying Orange, 3 more Tails, Jerry, Jake, Pepe Pig, Wario Sans, Cuphead, Goku, Mickey Mouse, SpongeBob, need I go on? Another Funkin' ad shows us actually running through the arrows. I hate to say it, but this game is actually really fun. It's obviously not official, neither of these games are. In fact, they're actually both made by the same studio. But I like to be honest in these videos, and this game is genuinely fun and challenging. And with that being said, I still cannot recommend that you play this game given the fact that this game is a ripoff from not only the original Friday Night Funkin' but all of the other mods. You again have a million different choices of random characters to battle against. And in both of these games you have to watch an ad before playing each level, and oh my god, is that another Friday Night Funkin' ripoff ad? I did not download this one considering the fact it's again made by the same game studio. I feel like now is a good time to mention that I did not search for any of these ads or games for this video. I found every single ad from this video from another game that I was playing. I know there's like a million Friday Night Funkin' ripoffs on mobile, like Call Friday Night Funkin'. Wait. That one actually looks pretty good. But either way, I think it's funny that out of all of the Friday Night Funkin' ripoffs, I was only given these 3 from the same game studio. It's probably because they're spitting out the most money, but either way, I thought that was interesting. The next 2 ads I'm about to show you are probably the biggest scams you are going to see in this video.
Robux check. Show you Robux. Try this game. You can get 1 million Robux in 60 seconds.
If you want to get free Robux, please download Slice Tycoon.
Play for 60 seconds.
You can get 1 million Robux.
Yes, this game can get Robux quickly. And very easy. You can get rich fast. Come and try it.
So both of these ads promise free Robux if you play their games. And then each ad shows someone buying Roblox cosmetics. I know you're not gonna believe me, but these ads are lying. The first game is called Happy Drawing. It's one of those games where you draw something to solve the puzzle. However, this is the worst version of that game I have ever played. You can draw almost anything that's in a relative distance to where the missing item is and you'll probably solve the puzzle. I've literally just tapped my screen to leave a dot on some of these puzzles and it just solved for me. And no, there is no Robux in the game. Well, there's at least not any in the first 50 levels. But there is Huggy Huggy Wuggy. Hey, so I'm editing right now, and I just opened the Happy Drawing app without airplane mode, and apparently they have you sign into your Roblox account. And I just found this video where somebody watched around 70 to like 80, maybe a little more even, ads just to get 20,000 Robux, which apparently is a lot. It means nothing to me because I'm not a child. Anyway, it's a joke. So he watched that many ads and is now trying to get his account verified or get this whole situation verified, and he is in the queue. He's like number 3,000 in the queue, and he said he was gonna upload a part 3 when the queue ended, but it's been over a month, almost 2 months. He hasn't uploaded a part 3, so I'm thinking he's never gonna get out of that queue when you watched around like freaking 80 ads for no reason. So it's still definitely a scam. Now, the second game is somehow even less of a game. It's called Slice Tycoon. All you do is put your finger down and watch the knife slice. Sometimes there's an obstacle that I think you're supposed to avoid, so if you don't avoid the obstacle, you will not be able to chop for about a second. But it doesn't matter because in most of the levels, when you get stunned by that block, it does not impede on how many things you chop. There's also a multiplier on the side, but it's completely pointless given the fact there's not even a score, and the worst part is there's no free Robux. So I don't know if you've noticed this by now, but for some reason there is an alarming amount of Huggy Wuggy in these games and ads. But let me tell you, that's just the tip of the iceberg. So there are a lot of other common characters that we will see as well, like Among Us, FNAF, or Squid Games. But for some reason, the one I see the most by far is Huggy Wuggy, despite the fact that he is not the most popular character. But that doesn't stop him from being in almost everything. Billy or Huggy? Well, let's find out. This game is called Zoom Out 3D, and it's exactly what it looks like. All you do is guess what the image is while it's zoomed in. The game is fun, but it got repetitive very quickly. And there's some sketchy answers, like once it called the light bulb a lamp, and there's this one where the answer was a shirt, but in my opinion, the answer literally also could have been euros. There was a picture of Billy in this game, but I never saw it used in any of the puzzles. Also, no Huggy Wuggy whatsoever, but Pikachu was there, so that counts for something, right? Also, the answer in the ad was Huggy Wuggy. Moving on.
Yes.
I'm genuinely sorry you had to see that, but if I had to see it, so did you. This is Monster Egg. It's another generic runner game. The gimmick is you create a monster as you run, and no fun or Huggy Wuggy is to be found here. Alright, a whole lot of promises are being made in this ad. Promises of Huggy, Siren Head, The Grinch, Squid Games, and more. It also shows Huggy being trapped in some test tube at the end. This is Monster Lab Freaky Running. Another boring runner, but this time you're becoming a monster, and wait a minute. No way. Huggy is actually in this one, along with Siren Head. I'm very shocked they're actually here. I didn't play this game for much longer because, I mean, look at it, but maybe others are in this game too. Doesn't make it fun though. This ad has FNAF characters fighting each other and Huggy Wuggy. And I mean, yeah, that's what the game basically is. It's called Merge Ragdoll Fight. Before each fight, you design your fighter, and then you fight Foxy, Huggy, Freddy, and Chico. I don't know who's after that because I stopped playing. I never really could figure out the combat in this game, so for most levels, I just held forward and it worked out most of the time. Regardless, I can't imagine this game is very deep, and I'm pretty sure all of the customization is just cosmetics. Alright, another FNAF and Huggy crossover. This one has everyone trying to stay on the correct tiles. And yeah, that's the game for you. It's called Bear Party. Never did I see Huggy in this game, but it is full of FNAF characters. You can even see Roxanne doing a sexy dance in the background. You're welcome. Once you have played a single round of this game, you have played them all. And most of the time, you can just kind of push all the enemies off before the round even starts. The last ad that I have for today is one that actually looks like Poppy Playtime. You know, the game that Huggy Wuggy is actually from. I haven't played the game myself, but I know the game revolves around these extendo arm things. So in the ad, you can see both of the arms in action. And then, oh no, Huggy Wuggy comes in and you fail. This game is called Monster Play, and I actually feel like this game has a lot of potential. There's 4 things you can do, or 4 places you can tap, I suppose. You can tap in each corner, and that determines if you move your right or left arm up or down. At the end of the day, you can really just mash your way through this game if you want to, but there are a couple levels that actually made me stop and think. In the right hands, I really think this could be a very fun puzzle game, but I just don't think they use this mechanic to its full potential. On each floor, there's 3 levels with a boss at the end. The boss icon I got is Huggy, yet the bosses I actually got were Freddy, Pink Bonnie, and again, Freddy. After that final Freddy, you can see Huggy Wuggy walking in place. I wanted to give this game the benefit of the doubt, so I just thought, maybe this is some foreshadowing instead of, you know, a glitch. So I played through the next floor to see if it would be Huggy Wuggy, but again, it was Pink Bonnie. So I stopped playing and then uninstalled every single game in this video. So there you go, those were the worst mobile gaming ripoffs that I could find. Now if you'll excuse me, I got a phone call to take. Oh, hey, Dancing Devil, how you doing, man? You having a good Tuesday? Oh, nice, nice. What?